let's talk about something you probably do multiple times a day, probably without even thinking about it. Letting your browser save your passwords. I mean, it's a feature that just screams convenience, but it might be leaving your digital front door completely wide open.
Ah, yes, that button. You see it all the time. You click save, and poof, that super complicated password is just gone from your mind forever. It feels kind of like magic, right? The peak of digital convenience. But that ease, it comes at a pretty steep price. And today, we're going to break down exactly what that price is.
And let's be real, we all fall into this trap for a very good reason. It saves time, it's automatic, and it's built right into the tool we use for pretty much everything online. It just feels seamless. But that seamless experience, that's not an accident. It's a deliberate design choice. And it's a choice that puts you at risk.
So here's the bottom line. The big players, we're talking Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Microsoft Edge, they all prioritize making things easy over making them secure. By default, their password managers are designed to be totally frictionless. And what that really means is they cut some major security corners that leave the door to your entire digital life just wide open.
You know, the best way to really wrap your head around this problem is with a simple metaphor. Think of it like this. Your passwords are all your valuables, and they're locked inside your house. You've got a strong door, a great lock, but what if you left the key right under the doormat? And this is the core of the problem. Yeah, sure, your passwords are kept in a database, and they are encrypted, scrambled up into unreadable code. That's your locked door. But to unscramble them, you need a key. And what do browsers do by default? They leave that encryption key in a completely unprotected, super predictable location. It's the digital version of hiding the house key right next to the lock. It's what one security expert called a farcical situation. The door looks totally locked up, but the key's under the doormat. And guess what? The whole world knows exactly where to look. Think about that for a second. It's not a secret bug, it's a feature. So, okay, this all sounds pretty bad, right? But what does this key under the doormat problem actually mean for you? Like, how does a design flaw turn into a real-world disaster? Well, it exposes you in 3 really critical ways. And these threats, they range from super targeted attacks to just simple opportunism. First, you've got malware that's literally built to exploit this exact weakness. Second, and this might surprise you, is the risk from someone just getting physical access to your computer. And third, the absolute nightmare scenario that happens when your main browser account gets hijacked. Let's start with malware. There's a whole category of nasty software out there called password stealers. These things are designed to do one thing and one thing only: scan for those well-known, predictable spots where browsers hide the encryption key. They find it, unlock your password database, and send the entire list, your bank, your email, all of it, to some server on the other side of the world. And for this kind of malware, it is child's play. The second threat is almost scarier because it doesn't even require malware. If you leave your computer unlocked for just a minute, say at the office or at a coffee shop, anyone with physical access can run a simple, totally free script and pull out every single password you've saved. You don't have to be some sophisticated hacker. A nosy colleague or a thief could do it in seconds. And finally, let's talk about that feature we all love: syncing. I mean, it's amazing to have your passwords on your phone and your laptop, right? But it creates one giant single point of failure. If your main browser account, your Google account, your Microsoft account is ever compromised, the attacker doesn't just get your email. They get every single password you synced across your devices instantly. They get the keys to your entire kingdom. Okay, so that's the scary part. It's serious. But here's the good news. There is a much, much better way to handle your digital keys. Let's talk about how to build a truly secure vault with a tool that's actually designed for the job. And that's where the dedicated password manager comes in. We're talking about tools like Bitwarden, 1Password, or Keeper. Unlike a browser whose main goal is speed and convenience, these apps are built from the ground up with one single priority: security. And that fundamental difference in philosophy, well, it changes everything. And you can really see that difference when you put them side by side. With a dedicated manager, using a master password to lock your vault isn't just some option you can turn on. It's mandatory. It's the rule. But the biggest, most important difference is how they handle that encryption key. While your browser just stores it right there on your computer, a dedicated manager never stores it at all. This right here, this is the absolute game changer. With the dedicated password manager, the key that unlocks all of your data, it just doesn't exist on your device.
It's created on the fly, in that one moment, from the one master password that only you know. The second you lock that vault, the key just vanishes into thin air. This completely gets rid of the whole key under the doormat problem. So, you get the risk, and you've seen the solution. How do you actually make the switch? Let's walk through the exact steps you can take to upgrade your digital security, like right now. First things first, you got to pick a reputable, dedicated password manager. Now, the key here is to start small so you don't get overwhelmed. Don't try to move all 500 of your passwords at once. Just start by migrating your most critical ones. Your main email, your bank, your social media. Once you're comfortable with how it works, then you can start switching over the rest. Now, look, if you absolutely can't switch today, there is one thing you can do for some partial protection. You can dig deep into your browser's advanced settings and manually turn on a master or primary password. This basically forces the browser to protect its encryption key. But you have to remember the main point here. This feature is intentionally buried and turned off by default. Why? Because it adds that tiny little bit of friction that browsers are specifically designed to eliminate. So ultimately, it all comes down to this one simple question. Your passwords are the keys to your financial accounts, your private conversations, your entire digital identity. So who are you going to trust with those keys? A tool that was designed for convenience or a tool that was designed for security? The choice is yours.